So this is another piece of the equipment that we use in the Pilates system. It's one of the largest one. It's called the Cadillac, and the Cadillac also has springs and also has other pieces to be able to give the client the feeling and the deeper understanding of what they need to do to move in a certain direction. So today we're going to take a look at the rollback, which is called the rollback because we're using a rollback bar and we're using some tension of smaller springs. We also have different kinds of springs. It depends what the tension we want to use. This exercise is really about the articulation of the spine, but it also is about the lengthening and the elongation. So it actually puts the two kind of things that we're looking at together. So I'm going to start with a little bit of flexion on my knees and my pelvis, and I'm going to use the bar to guide me through the movement. And I'm going to use the vertical pulse to give me some feet back in terms of floor work. So I'm pushing like I'm standing on the floor with my feet, and I'm engaging all the posterior part of my legs, and I'm placing my spine into a C curve. So I'm starting already with a little bit of a tilt in the pelvis, posterior tilt, and I'm starting to roll back from a flexion position, slowly down, articulating the spine from the pelvis to the lumbar spine to the upper thoracic spine, neck, and everything else. And then I'm going to come back. When I come back and I'm going to ascend, the springs are going to help me. They're going to guide me so I can slow down the motion. I can go back and forth between a stiff spot perhaps, or some place where I need to work more, and then I can come back all the way up and over to get a nice rounded spine again. So we're going to do the second time. I want you to think about pressing the feet into the pole to engage the pelvis. So as I'm rolling and I'm mobilize each bone one segment at a time, I'm also thinking of lengthening and increasing the space. So I'm getting longer and taller, and then I'm going from flexion to extension position. And now I'm going to take a breath, and then I'm going to focus on each bone again. Into flexion, neck stretching, rib cage closing, rounding the upper body, into the middle, into the low back, and then coming back forward again. So this is one of the most important exercises to really understand both of the concepts that we're talking about. And while you're doing it with the resistance and with the bigger piece of equipment, it will be so much easier to now perform the roll up and other exercises that we're going to do on the mat without the resistance.